Hello world, we're back in the kitchen today because we are going to try something new regarding baking. But before we get into that, I just wanted to take a quick second to say thank you to everyone who is watching, liking, subscribing. Especially, I'm having a lot of fun doing this, and your participation means the world to me. Don't forget to comment because I love to hear from you guys, and I will definitely reply, and you know, it's a great way to touch base and let me know what you think and what videos you like the most, so don't be shy. All right, enough of that sappy stuff. Today we are going to be baking. Now, I love to cook and I do it frequently, not so much with the baking. It is unforgiving, as many of you know. But I saw something that intrigued me and I couldn't help myself. I thought I'd share it with you guys. So I recently was gifted my new very best friend. Sorry, everybody. It is my Zojirushi rice cooker. And as a responsible owner of a fine piece of equipment, I was perusing the owner's manual and found a section about baking, which definitely caused me to raise an eyebrow.
Hey, Rosie, with that? Wow!
I make this cake for you.
Hey, Rosie, please say properly lah. You bake or you buy the cake? We where got oven for you to bake cake one.
Hey, I really bake this cake myself, you know.
So apparently this is very common in Japan to bake in the rice cooker, and I guess it makes sense. I've never done it, so today we're gonna give it a try. Now, I debated about whether I was going to test this off camera, but I decided I want to bring you the realness, and so we are going to do it all together on camera. So we are going to make a chocolate cake with a matcha buttercream icing. Let's get started. So just to give you guys some perspective, here are the instructions on baking, and there are a couple things in here that could be obstacles. The first is that it says here, do not add baking powder or baking soda as it may cause the cake to rise too high and cause malfunction. I don't know how else we're gonna leaven this thing. The next item is that the maximum capacity of flour for this model is 6.3 ounces or 180 grams. Which is this much according to my scale, my kitchen scale, and that's about 1.3 cups of flour, so not a whole lot. So here is what we need for the cake itself. We've got 1.3 cups of flour, 1 cup of sugar, 3/4 cup of cocoa, about 1/3 cup of brown sugar, 1 egg, 6 tablespoons of butter. This is salted, but you know, you could use unsalted and just add a pinch of salt in. I've got 1 cup of green tea, and then I know the recipe said to not use it, but I have right here 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, which is about 1/4 of what I would normally use. So to get started, in a saucepan, combine your cup of green tea. You can use water, but I thought this would kind of give a complexity to the flavors. Our cocoa powder and butter. And we're going to combine this until it is melted. You guys, I forgot to put my apron on, and I'm messing with chocolate, and I'm in a white shirt, so check it out. She's my least favorite princess, but she's still a Disney princess, so she's okay in my book. Okay, and once that is looking like hot chocolate, basically, you're gonna add the brown sugar and the white sugar. Whisk that until the sugars are incorporated. Okay, once that sugar is incorporated, we're gonna go ahead and take it off the heat. Check it out. Oh yeah. It's a tomato sauce, actually. I gotta let it reduce for a few more hours. Okay, next, take a beer and open it. And drink it, cause you cooking. Crack your egg. Oop, make a mess. Whisk it up. sift your flour. And because you're a rebel, go ahead and put your baking soda in. Stir to combine that real quick. Here she is in all her glory. Notice, if you can, the cake setting right here. We're going to use that. We're about to get into the full-on action part of this. So I'm going to butter the inside of our tin so the cake has a snowball's chance in hell of actually coming out of this thing. So I put this in the fridge to cool because we are going to put our beaten egg in it, and I didn't want to turn this into chocolate egg drop soup. This will be the tricky part, largely due to my own decision in choosing a medium-sized saucepan to do this in rather than something larger. But I'm going to incorporate and gently fold the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. So you'll see we do have lumps in this batter. That is okay. They will work themselves out. What you don't want to do is overbeat this batter. It will cause the cake to be tough, and especially because we went low on the baking soda and the leavening agent, I don't want to overdo it on this one. Okay, here we go. So, you gotta plug it in. God. The default baking time on this thing is 65 minutes. I would normally bake this at about 325, 350 for about 30 minutes. So I'm just gonna let that go and we'll check up on it and do the toothpick test and see where we are. No. Oh. Cake. So here's what you need for the frosting. I've got a 1 pound box of powdered sugar sifted. That's about 4 cups, and I highly recommend not getting it everywhere like I did, but you do you. 2 tablespoons of matcha green tea, a stick, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tablespoons of butter, and a little bit of milk. You'll probably need about a tablespoon or so, and then of course keep drinking your beer. So we're going to incorporate the green tea, the matcha, into our powdered sugar. Very carefully. Alright, we are in stand mixer land now. It's a little bit dark over here, so persevere. We are going to cream our butter. This is unsalted butter, by the way. It looks like frosting. Do you hear her? The words, "it looks like frosting," are like a Lexi dog mating call. Hey, don't be shy now. Okay, this is probably a terrible idea, but I'm gonna open this rice cooker to check on our cake. It's been cooking for about 40 minutes. Ooh. I think we're done. It's coming out clean. All right, let's get it out. Oh no! Blamp blurp. I think I was a little too rough with our cake here. I broke the cake, babe.
Oh no.
It's okay. You still eat good. Okay, do not do what I did and just throw the cake out. What I probably should have done was put a plate inside just against the cake so that when I turned the inner pan of the rice cooker out, it didn't have so far to fall. Could have been more gentle with it. So do that, but we're still gonna eat this, so it's fine. We are going to try and Humpty Dumpty this guy as best we can. Then we'll just ice it and call it a day. So we're going to use the icing like glue and put our pieces down as best we can. And then once we ice it, hopefully, shouldn't be too much worse for wear. So that went surprisingly well. The cake cooked after about 40 minutes in the rice cooker. Cleanup was easy because mine is Teflon coated, and though we took it out of the pan a little aggressively, we were able to fix that. So I'm impressed, especially because this is the first time I have ever tried this, and I kind of monkeyed around with the recipe to get it to get the proportions small enough so that I could use the right amount of flour in this thing. Now, this was nowhere close to overflowing, so I'm gonna continue using baking soda or baking powder and would probably double this recipe, which would be a normal amount if you wanted to make like 3 circular tins and do a layered cake, which would be much prettier. So, okay, you know? So now I have the dilemma because we're having guests over tonight for dinner, and do I destroy this beautiful cake for you or for them? I don't know. I think I'm gonna destroy it for you. They'll get over it. Okay. I can't even tell where the ugly side is now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think it looks pretty. It's definitely moist. Making this in the rice cooker did not dry it out. It's not overly sweet. The icing is the most interesting part, obviously. You get that kind of floral, like you smell the matcha more than you taste it. It's definitely bright, it's definitely green, but you smell that really fresh floral flavor. It's really interesting. I'd love to find a darker cocoa for this, or maybe use more cocoa, maybe melt some chocolate chips into your wet ingredients. I don't know, but I feel like the chocolate flavor could be richer. It's a little weak, but it's a good cake and it looks beautiful and it's interesting. All right, that's a wrap on another cooking video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this one, give it the big old thumbs up, and I'd love to see you subscribe. We are at the very beginning of something really fun, so I'd love to have you on the team early. And don't be shy, comment if you have ideas of things you'd like to see me try, or let me know if you prefer food videos or review videos or something else. I'm all ears at this point. So thanks again, everyone. Love to you all. Peace. Lexi, you are so loud. I'm not cooking right now.